Hey everybody, once again, this is your man Charlie, and I want to go over today why it's important to, one, let your chickens outside, and two, what I feed my chickens, and maybe it's something you want to add on to what you feed yours. So number one, right, I let the ladies out and let them out and run around, and I noticed this is something they do, particularly right here, and not in the coop, which is they take a dirt bath. Which, what I've read is really good for keeping all kinds of mites and all kinds of creepy crawlies off their skin. And they just really seem to enjoy doing it. and it's fun to watch too. But, yeah, it's good just to let them get out and be in their, natural habitat. I'll say it again, once, when I open the door and they're hanging out inside, they don't do this. So maybe it's just because I don't put enough dirt in there. Maybe it's something I should consider doing in the future. But, yeah, it's just letting chickens be chickens, which is important, I think, if you want healthy birds that are going to give you good eggs, or if you're raising them for meat or whatever. So yeah, you can tell. And another thing was, they get a good amount of what is called grit from eating, just pecking through the dirt, like small stones, because they don't have teeth, so they don't chew their food. They need little stones in their belly to break down everything they eat. So you can tell they'll chow down on these little stones. It'll get into their stomach. It'll rough up all the food they eat so they can actually absorb all the nutrients out of it. And yeah, it's so funny how simple it is. Just let them out and let them do their thing. All right. And on that note, I'm going to show you guys what I feed them, because I think they're doing pretty well, considering I only had 3 birds and it's been a freezing winter. Is, first off, since they're about, I think they're about 20 weeks old now, I've started introducing the egg layer pellets into their food, right? And, there's so many brands out there. I'm not saying one's better than the other, but I'm just saying use your head. Because on the packaging here, it says, free range layer pellets. But I guess I do let my birds free range, if that's what free ranging is. And they just contain the calcium, which is very important, because calcium is what actually builds the shell around the egg. And let me see here. I'll just give you giving you guys a shot at the all the printing back here, just in case you're interested in getting this for your birds. But I got this stuff down at Tractor Supply, or you could probably buy it online too. But it's it's fantastic stuff. They love it. Every time I put in a fresh scoop of it, they gobble it down pretty quick. You can even see here. All the good stuff. I'm sure I'm not just going to stick with this brand. I'll probably try a whole bunch of others. And if I were you guys, I wouldn't just feed them this stuff. Like, since they're still kids, I still feed them the starter too, which is the same idea, the high protein, which is great for the winter. Just keeps their tissue strong and fills those bellies up, gives them good calories and whatnot. And but that's really the bulk of their food in the coop. I'll come out every other morning and I'll feed them like in a previous video, I think you saw me feeding them it was like, cut up apples, dried mealworms. I'll even feed them oatmeal, like steel cut, like not the instant stuff, the good stuff. And they say you can feed them a whole bunch of other things. They basically eat everything. Like when they come out, they eat a lot of grass. They'll pick and scratch, and they'll dig up bugs. And like I said, the grit's very important. I actually have oyster shell grit, but I keep it in the basement. I guess maybe in another video I'll show you guys that when I mix that all in, basically one container, and I dump it all into their food. So this way they don't really know, like, you know, they just pick through it, they get what they want to get, and you can tell. You know, you can tell when your chickens are healthy. Thank you, Chickadee, for hanging out. When their feather coats are nice and full, you know, you can tell by their feet. The skin is all taut. It's, you know, it's nice. It's that nice yellow, rubbery color, right? You can tell she is one healthy bird, and she's got a stick stuck in her feathers. What are you doing? All right. So yeah, guys, I'm gonna end it on that. You know, if you guys want, I'll do a more detailed video on how I mix it all together. But basically, you know, I just get a scoop. I do, you know, one part this, one part this. I'll throw the grit in, and but I do all that while they're out, while they're out scratching and picking around and doing mud baths, which Chickadee here doesn't feel like doing. No? But yeah, guys, on that note, I hope you found this helpful. If you're enjoying the content I'm putting out, please like, subscribe, you know, ask any questions. You know, like I said, I'm so new to it myself, so if you're watching this right now and you're a veteran chicken raiser and I could use any advice, I appreciate it. And on that note, guys, you know, have fun raising your birds, enjoy the delicious eggs, and have an awesome day. All right, goodbye.